How are you?
I'm still, I want need to use the restroom.
Sure, go ahead. You didn't sign in yet, did you? Oh, shoot. You know, wait, before you go, I
Yes.
don't have my. Usually, I need your ID number. Sorry about that. Thank you. There you go, and I'll give this back.
Yes.
Thank you so much. What class?
The one with the 27A.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Computers. Hey, you get lunch?
Yeah, from over there.
What kid or something?
Yeah, this bingo card thing. I have my teacher is coming to that daycare this coming Tuesday,
Yeah,
so I need to do the lesson plan thing.
okay. Yes,
Yeah, I don't have. So-called. She just gave me the date yesterday at 10, close to 10:30. But like the teacher wasn't there. She was sick yesterday. But I kind of know what they're doing next week. That week, or like that month-ish, they're starting the number 19 on that Tuesday.
Okay,
They're gonna do an activity after they do their circle time. During their circle time, they're gonna read a book, and then after the reading, they're gonna have some activities to make something out of 20 something.
Okay.
And then when 10 o'clock, they're still working on the activity, and then she's coming at 10:30.
okay.
So it'll be in the midst of her the activity.
Okay.
So I'm not sure would I do a small activity somehow, like with the kids that's finished or what. Because I'll be working on an art project with
The whole class?
everyone and
Everyone.
other little kids will be
Okay.
working on an art project.
Okay, so, and that's the same art project for everyone.
They're all gonna count 20 little whatever they're gonna do for the art project. And then she's coming during that time, like in the midst of that activity. So
Okay, so now you're wondering, should you have break them into groups?
like because during that time I think they'll still be working on that activity
Okay,
or something. I think maybe most likely they're so-called starting that activity at 10.
okay,
And then they still need to count how many like 20 little, I don't know what they're gonna do art project.
okay,
After that little story they're gonna read, they're counting yeah, this week they were reading the Three Little Pigs.
Oh.
So they made it like a little, it was, this week is number 19. They counted 19 little red little bricks
okay,
to make the fit in the house.
okay.
And next week I'm not sure what little book they're gonna read to connect to 20. So it would be in the midst of that. I'm not yeah. So would I like do what for it?
So you're thinking it's gonna be an art project?
A continuation of another art project.
Okay.
Because so-called they're doing Dr. Seuss.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Seuss' birthday's on the 2nd.
Okay,
And I think that week they're starting that whole month, next month, March, they're gonna read some Dr. Seuss books.
okay.
But I'm not sure which Dr. Seuss book they're gonna read next week. So
But she's gonna be there and observe you, right?
yes.
Okay.
In the mid of that
Midst of
little
that.
of
Okay,
my clinical teacher's activity.
okay.
So yeah.
So you have to have a lesson plan?
Like when I did in the summertime, I had everything was so-called, since it was summer school, everything was already planned out by the CPS program
Uh-huh.
for the summer school.
Oh, yeah.
So you remember kind of the story, I had to read the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
I did that for that one for the summertime. I just read the story and then I gave them like a little worksheet. They writing
Yeah.
writing worksheet and they drew pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this time, it's not like you have to create the whole thing because it's not given to you like it was in the summer.
Yeah, this the thing for the lesson plan little worksheet is like 9 pages.
Uh-huh.
I need to fill it in.
And you have it or no?
I have. I can share you and me.
Okay.
But it will be empty at the moment.
Yeah, but at least when you start your work.
Yeah. Let me. 9 pages. Or like 8. Because she's this say for the reflection, I don't need to do it. Type it in with the lesson plan. I do that reflection after. But like those other parts I still need to fill out.
Okay.
But it's like
So that's what we need to do today.
yeah, it's a lot. And I would need to do another thing like this later in March or April.
Okay, but don't worry about that then.
That would be another one too. this is preschool age, so it is preschool.
Okay.
I did kind of send an email to my professor to see what can I, since they're doing that, but she
Yeah.
hasn't replied to me yet, so
Okay.
I'm not sure.
We're kind of making things up here.
Yeah. Because it would be like in the mid of the teacher's activity,
Okay,
and then she said she might need to just change it or something because of the timing.
so what do you think we should do now?
I was looking at activities like
Yeah.
related to Dr. Seuss.
Yeah,
I kind of found like an art project-ish, but I'm not sure what they read this book is like the places they will go book,
oh, yeah.
that little book.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure are they reading it next week.
Okay.
I put it in
We
the
don't
link.
exactly know what they're doing.
Yeah.
This just makes it a little trickier, doesn't it?
Because she'll be here, my teacher will be here tomorrow for the daycare one. She'll be there. But on Friday, she's gonna not be there because her birthday's on a leap year, so the
Okay.
29th. So
Okay.
she's taking tomorrow,
Okay.
Friday off.
Oh, cute, okay. Okay,
But like I'm not sure when she'll put up the March little lesson plan week thing for that.
so it's a little hard to know what we should be doing then, right?
But I kind of have an idea of what they're
Okay.
gonna,
Okay, that's good.
but not really.
Like that. Oops. Okay, so request access. All right. Okay.
Are you in now?
They didn't let me in a second ago. Try again.
I think you'll get it.
Indeed, you will.
I need to fill out all these little boxes. And then about the technology, if I would use any. But like, I think if I were to like do another art project, since they're gonna be doing after the most of the when yesterday when they did the art project after they were done, they usually wash their little hands and then they go they get to play. So I'm not sure what.
So you just don't know where, when she comes.
Because she's coming at like that time, there is already that activity, but I'm not sure if next week is she the teacher, cooperating teacher at the daycare, will she still be able to do her 20 of whatever activity with associated with 20 whatever little thing they're gonna stick on the paper
Okay.
or what? So because it's like she's coming in the middle of there's gonna be an activity happening already, but
So do we want to guess? What do you think?
because so at the carpet, that's their circle time, that's like kind of like and then from there after they did all the pledge or the hello greetings and stuff, they will start to do that since it's a Tuesday, they're gonna do the number and then it's 20 for next week. So they're gonna read a book associated with the number 20.
Yeah.
And they're gonna kind of show the teacher gotta show them how to make the number 20. Yeah.
So
I really don't know because she's coming in the middle of a activity, the normal time of an activity. So I'm not.
So what do you do? I don't know what to do.
Because, yeah, I think that day she's gonna see another classmate at different school.
Uh-huh.
Since it seems like she's seeing two students for the fourth, but by email she just wrote Tuesday, but the 7th she made a typo. But she already have 2 7 kids on Friday
Okay.
of next Friday. So yeah.
So what do you think would be smart? Should we, how do you want to do this?
Because she's really coming in the middle of.
Okay, so do you have any thoughts on how do we deal with this?
It's kind of hard
Seems like it.
because she's coming in the middle of it, and then if I were if the kids were done, I don't think they'll come to me to do another activity because they want to play.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Well, should we just assume that she's gonna be there for the activity? We have to make some guess, right?
Because during that time, I think the kids mainly might be there will be like some last a few more like 1 or 2 or 3 because the kids they're so-called on Tuesday they have a total of 12 kids, but they're not everyone will come on certain days. I think on this past yesterday there were only 8, and then there were 2 or 3 who still work on the art project of the bricks, putting in little bricks, because the teacher also has to count. They have, or like the kid themselves have to count that they got the correct number of 19 bricks. Yeah, they have to do that. So
Okay,
it's kind of she's coming in the middle.
right, sounds like she's coming in the middle.
Yeah,
Okay, so if she's coming in the middle, what do you wanna do? You wanna assume that you're,
because I have to make a lesson.
when are you gonna talk to her about this? Cause you could ask her.
I sent her an email just a few minutes ago. She haven't replied to me yet.
Okay,
Because she all of a sudden yesterday sent me an email said like, oh, I know it's short notice that I'm coming next week, so she can ask her for some help too. But
she's gonna wanna see you do something.
yeah.
So them playing is not going to.
Yeah, that's what they usually do after they're done. They wash their
That's not
hands.
gonna help her. She's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna wanna see them play.
Because that's what they usually do, the little
Yeah.
kids, after their little counting of how many numbers. But next week is the last of the numbers.
Uh-huh.
20 is the last,
Uh-huh.
and then the weeks after they're doing something else.
Right, but next week is when she's coming.
Yeah.
So 20 is what you're working on.
Next
When she
week, the whole
comes.
week is 20.
It's 20. Yeah. So I think we.
And I think they're still doing the letters too, but they're gonna do that art activity with the letters. This week is letter T, so next week is letter U.
Okay, so would you be working on 20 or would you be working on U?
Because the day before is T,
Uh-huh.
and then Tuesday is 20.
Uh-huh.
But she's coming in the mid of that 20 activity.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not really sure what to do.
Well, so what do you want to do today? She's coming in the middle.
Because I know there will be some kids that will be finished with like gluing and then like finishing, but it would kind of be strange also if I were to read a book and then they also do another art activity. Because since I think like when they're done with that art activity, most of the time after their little free play, again, they will go to either the gym, the inside gym, or outside, like at 11.
But she's not gonna want to see them in the inside or the outside gym. Right?
Yeah, no.
She's gonna want to see you teaching.
Yeah, do some activity.
Okay. So do you want to, I know she's coming in the middle, but do you want to?
It'd be kind of strange to do another activity, but I somehow have to do activity.
Okay, so you have to do an activity.
Yeah, either,
she's
yeah.
coming in the middle.
I was asking my cooperating teacher, could I do her little 20 activity? But she said, the students usually make it their own, so I have to somehow fix it.
Okay. So you can't do the 20.
She said, or she said like if it's at that time because she usually start her little 20 or numbers activity at 10 o'clock. So it will be in the middle of the kids working on that activity.
Right, so it's in the middle.
Yeah.
So
I'm not really sure.
I'm not
kind
sure
of she gave me the date and time yesterday.
She just told you.
Yeah, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not much notice. She just gave you
very short notice.
very short notice.
Yes.
You don't know what to do, but you have,
I have an idea since I know they're doing 20
okay, so you know they're doing 20 and they're doing you.
for that week. It would be that art activity for the letter U the day before. So I'm not. But I know there might be reading some Dr. Seuss books. So
So, and you can't do V, right?
they're doing it the week after next.
Okay, so you, this is you.
Yeah, the letter
that
U.
you're on.
Mhm.
The next week is V.
Yes. I think they're still gonna do a few more letters, but not doing all 26. But they're still doing some letters.
Okay. But you can't do you, you can't do an activity with you, so that's not the right time for that, right?
I'm not sure like what kind of activity would I, because the day before is also another art project of like making something, because the day before on Monday they made the letter T, and they made the letter T as a tree, so like the top part was like
Okay,
little
okay, yeah.
tissue papers to make a T,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure what they're gonna do for next week, the letter U, maybe umbrella or something, I don't know.
So do you want to come up with another activity?
I was either like maybe a Dr. Seuss activity.
Okay.
That little link I have right now is like a little paper plate activity of reading that book. That one, but I'm not sure. Are they reading that book
Right.
or do something maybe Dr. Seuss related? Maybe.
Okay, all right, so we can do something Dr. Seuss related. Should we
Yeah.
do that?
If I were to really do an activity,
Yeah,
but most of the time when they're done, they really just go
they
free.
go to play.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can't. What if she comes and they have gone to play? What will you do?
I think yes, because when it was like close to that time, half of the kids are already playing.
Right.
Yeah.
So in that case, what do you do?
On yesterday I was just kind of sitting with the remaining
Right.
2 or 3 kids.
And that's fine, but you can't do that when you're being observed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I really don't know because
So you
she's
really
coming
just
in the
need
middle
to-
of
She's doing the middle.
right in the middle of
Middle,
like the
yeah.
time. They're already doing another activity.
Yeah, she's in the middle.
But I'm not. But my teacher did say she might change her little activities, and she's like, well, in that time, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I need to make a lesson plan.
So we need to make a lesson plan
Either way.
either way.
Yes.
So either meaning one way she's there at the beginning of the lesson plan,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the other way she's not. She's in the middle of the lesson plan.
Her time is coming. She said 10:30, so she'll be at
She'll be in the middle.
yeah. If my teacher still got to do her 20 activity,
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So should you do an activity, like maybe a Dr. Seuss activity?
Or something. I'm not sure really because I know they're reading it. That the little paper they said they're. Or something like this. This is what they're supposed to do next month.
March.
Or like space and stuff, but
Mhm.
that's like maybe later in the.
Okay. We're gonna learn about wind, rain, and rainbows. Okay.
Unless I also do another art project, like maybe rainbows or something.
That's a nice idea.
Or that.
Solar system.
Yeah, because she's coming in the middle of that. Oh, she did. She said, yeah, she's somewhere else. My classmate, another classmate's school. So she need to be 2 kids. But I have another observation that morning, so I don't think I can be there until 10:30. So either way, she's gonna come at 10:30.
Okay.
And then she said, "Can you make that work? Please talk with Heather to see. You will need to include details from elements on the lesson plan form. You can combine some." Just I don't really need to fill out everything, just the instructions, language, and time.
Okay,
But not all, not everything,
okay, not everything.
but just the elements that will be in the activity plan.
Okay,
So you have to do an activity, even if she's gonna come during the middle of it. So when she comes, you have to make sure that you're actually starting the activity when she comes.
Yes,
And you need to talk to Heather about that.
I kind of talked to her this morning,
Uh-huh,
and then this is what my professor just sent me.
yeah,
That she's in the morning, that I don't know what time, like 8 or something,
yeah.
would be another school, and maybe the suburbs or somewhere. And then she'd come back to Northeastern for me. for
Okay,
this.
and she wants you to have something ready for her to see,
Yes,
right? So she can't just come and see them playing. That's not gonna work.
that's what they mainly will be doing.
They will be doing it, but that's not what she wants to observe,
Yeah,
right?
no, she wants
She
to
has to
see my
observe you.
activity.
Yes. So when she comes, you, even if they're playing, you have to say, everyone, come back. We're gonna do a new activity now, right?
Yes, and it depends on how many kids there is next week too, kind of.
Okay. So we have to make something up.
Maybe
no
it
matter-
might be 10 little kids or
Okay.
less.
Okay,
So still could be a art project-ish, I think maybe, because my professor said she don't like worksheets.
she doesn't like worksheets.
Don't know worksheets.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about doing something with rainbows?
Yeah, I know since that things have rainbows, but I'm not sure how. Maybe rainbows, but like, what would I do?
Well, you could actually talk about how rainbows are formed. You know, in reality, how do they really, you know, like a little science kind of thing there. What is a rainbow? You know, and then you could also,
Because they don't really have they have a TV, little TV and stuff. They don't really have fully like how CPS stores have the smart board, everything. It's like it's a daycare classroom, so it's like not it's very limited
right,
in supplies and stuff.
right. So they could draw a rainbow as an art project. And you could read them a story about rainbows or about, you could tie it in with St. Patrick's Day and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, kind of.
Yeah, then I maybe need to find a book then.
Maybe, might have to find a book.
If I were to so-called somehow do a little reading thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I don't see like if I were to read another little story for them, there'd be some kids still working on that.
they're still working on their old project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do about that?
I know I can do a small group, like a little table
Okay,
of kids,
okay.
but if I were to read, I don't know. I know like if it, somehow that's how the 20 is connected. The teacher read a story. They said this about that. Yeah.
So what about doing, like they don't know how, like a little science piece, like here's how rainbows are really formed. You'd have to go and look at in the library probably, or on the computer.
Mhm.
See, how are rainbows really formed? Because I don't know, but it's gases, stuff like that, light.
I'm not sure if that's too much, like complicated.
Is that too much for them? Okay,
I'm not sure.
okay. So in that case, if it's too complicated,
Or like a simple book, but I need to search for that.
yeah. You don't have to do that. I was just thinking that would
Yeah,
be
maybe something rainbowish.
maybe something rainbowish. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And you feel like you don't want to do another art project, right?
Mine like they already have their little pencil case
Uh-huh.
with little crayons and
Uh-huh.
pencil and eraser.
Uh-huh.
Their little scissors and glue are like 5 words little pencil cases.
Okay,
So it is
okay.
okay. So
So it's okay to do another art project.
I think so, since they already have some of them might be still have their supplies out. But it's kind of strange to have in the middle of their little to do that.
Well, it sounds like no matter what you do, it's going to be strange.
Yeah, the way to the
'Cause
time.
she's coming in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? So that seems like that's going to be strange no matter what.
Because she in the middle in the morning she'll be at another school, so.
She's gonna observe someone else in her school, so
Yeah.
she'll be coming to you at 10:30 in
I'm
the
not
middle.
sure, yeah, if that she's at there at 8 or 8:30 at that
Yeah.
other school,
Yeah.
so like that's,
But it doesn't really matter,
I know,
because you have to do this
Yeah,
no
yeah,
matter
yeah,
what,
yeah.
whether she comes in the middle or not.
yeah,
So it seems to me that you have to do something really awkward and say, okay, kids, you have to quit playing, or you have to quit working on the other project, because we're gonna start something new here. So that she can see you actually
yeah.
do something new, even though she's coming in the middle
Yeah,
of what you were doing,
Right.
it's gonna be weird no matter what.
Yes,
I don't see how you can avoid that.
yes. Not sure.
So I don't think I would worry about that. I would just assume she's coming in the middle, you're gonna have to get everyone together.
Because I don't really know what that teacher's lesson plan for that whole week is kind of still.
Yeah, yeah.
Until like maybe next Monday or
Okay.
what?
So
Because
you have to tell her that your observing teacher is coming
I told her today in the morning.
today, so she knows this is true.
Yes,
Um,
and the director of the daycare
okay,
and the other teacher.
and did you discuss this problem with them or no?
What that teacher, the cooperating teacher said she might need to change her activity
Okay,
or like the timing of her activity.
okay,
She might need
so
to.
she might need to change the timing of her activity, okay.
Since it's like
So maybe they'll be done by the 10:30 then. Maybe her activity will be over.
because they're counting 20 something, so.
Yeah, so, you know, it could be, right?
Because some kids sometimes, yesterday when they were doing that little brick house, they counted more. They wanted to fill the whole thing with more bricks than 19 bricks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think it's possible that what's your teacher's name, the cooperating teacher?
Miss Heather.
Okay, Miss Heather, it's okay. So do you think Miss Heather might get done before 10:30, since she knows that you have to start since you're being observed at 10:30?
Because the kids themselves take a long time because
Right,
they have to, when they do that little activity in the corners, they write the numbers.
to 19, yeah,
For the next week will be 20, so
Be
20 on each corner, their name, and then trace whatever little phrase is there, and then and then do those other pieces of that activity. Yeah. So that art activity is many steps to it too.
okay.
So
Do you think Miss Heather will be done with that activity by 10:30?
not really sure because they depend on the kids, kind of still.
Right, but if she started early enough, the kids would be done.
No, so-called their lesson circle time is at 9:30.
Okay,
So like during that time, they're gonna read a book, like close to 10-ish. They'll have a book read already, about 20, and then they do that activity. So it's like in the middle of everything. So
okay, so I'm not sure what to tell you. What do you want to do?
I want to
I have
do,
no idea.
yeah, because it's so strange. It's like at that time. Yeah. So
She's coming in the middle.
yeah,
So I don't know, I'm not sure what you should do about that then.
yeah, it's like if she came like yesterday, it'd still be in the middle
Sure.
of the thing still. So
So what would you have done yesterday?
because it would be the same idea for the,
Okay,
you know,
and what would you do then?
I was, because since not everyone was like, I was sitting like with one little group of 2 kids since there were only 8, so like they used all 4 tables, 2 per each. Yeah, I was
Would you
sitting,
do that same thing next week?
but I'm not really teaching them anything.
Right, but she's coming in the middle of what she's teaching.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do?
Because so-called like they have so-called like 5 tables. One table is for the little for the teachers, and then that's like the sensory table.
Okay,
That one have already the little art supply from the 20 activity.
okay.
So I'm not sure how which space of the classroom to use to do my
Okay, how will you find that out?
because if I were really to do a small small group, I can, they kind of did mention I can maybe do a small group activity.
They did mention that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, my professor said either a small or large group is okay to
Okay.
observe.
So maybe you should do a small group activity while the other kids are finishing up.
Yeah.
So the ones who are done can work with you
Yeah.
on this new activity.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we plan on that?
Yeah. It was not like with that small little group, would I be able to read one of the little Dr. Seuss books or something?
Okay,
Do that little another art activity.
or what about a rainbow? You could do something with the rainbow, like a new activity.
Like what kind would I read?
Well, I mean, maybe you could find out how, like, maybe read a story about a rainbow.
I know that so-called there's all kind of like rainbow art activities they can do.
Okay, you could do an art activity, or you could read a Dr. Seuss book. What about that?
Um, yeah, so-called like with that little activity I found, it's kind of like with the how far that book with making a little hot air balloon
Okay, you want to do that?
paper plate. But yeah, I'm not that to read that book.
Okay, you want to do that?
I'm not sure how many. I never really saw the book yet, so
Okay.
I might do it on that. I'm not sure.
All right, why don't we plan on you doing it on that? Because you got to pick something.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because they will be reading the Dr. Seuss books the whole month of March.
okay.
So,
So maybe you should can you get a copy of that book?
I could see if I can go to the public library and find it.
Okay. Maybe you could read the book ahead of time? So you know what's in the book?
Yeah. Because what I found for that relating to that little book is the little pom-pom in the link in the lesson plan.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
look like this. To do this.
Oh, okay, cute.
Well, after reading the book.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good activity.
Yeah.
So I don't know, what's an opening? Okay. Oh, the places, all right, good. Well, that sounds like a great activity. A hot air balloon.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, so why don't you do that? That's a good idea.
Because they will have their little these kind of supplies out, but not all these little other stuff at that time. Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. Sounds very cute.
Because the t-shirt, yeah, and it has to be. I have to kind of prep everything just in case, like, well, to make the time.
Uh-huh. All right, that sounds good. You gotta do some work beforehand, but that's okay.
But yeah, so maybe this, but yeah,
But what?
I was like, when I was looking at this thing, I was not sure what book they're reading, if they're gonna do a Dr. Seuss book that week too. So yeah,
So you still don't know?
yes. But this is kind of an idea in mind.
I think it's a good idea. Okay, so is that what you're gonna do?
Maybe, yes.
Okay. It gives you some start. Do you have to get this approved before you do it?
I might, yeah, in some ways, but like I'm so-called kind of maybe I need to start something. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you have to write a little narrative about class and individual characteristics, what it says there in the blue box.
Yeah, there is so-called total of 12, but on that day there might be 10 or less.
Okay.
This is kind of like the class I took last fall, that lesson plan thing too. This is that little template thing,
Okay.
the many parts.
Okay, so which do you have to do? You have to do element 1 and element 2 and element 3?
She said this in the email she sent me. I know it's very small. Can I make it big?
Well, or let me just see it for a second. Either one.
I think it might be a little bit better.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Work, who's talked to Heather. Elements on the lesson form, you could combine some of them into instructional procedures. Okay.
Because that little thing have many parts, like 15.
The elements, all the different elements.
There's 9 pages or like 8 pages, and then like the last section is the reflection. That's so cool.
You can do that later.
Do it after I did
Yeah.
presented
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, so I'm not.
Too much. All right.
I need about the time for sure.
Are you probably not using any technology, right?
If I'm reading the book, I don't think technology will be
No.
used. I mean, all those other parts, I'm not sure what I really know.
They're having this movement.
And then I have to send it to her on Monday, so I have to have everything finished. Sorry.
Okay. So do you want to do any of these now? Or what are you thinking?
There's so much. I think what I'm doing is kind of a small group.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay. With the paper plates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but I know they have a carpet for me to read the book at.
They don't or they do?
They do.
Okay.
But it'll really be strange for some of the kids to be at the table, not at the carpet when I'm reading the book,
Okay.
if I were to. You're really coming at a very strange time.
She is, but she's coming in the middle. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But you still have to do it.
Yes, yes.
So, even if it's strange, and it's uncomfortable, I think you
Mhm.
still have to do it. That's what you can expect.
Mhm.
So then, should we decide which elements you have to complete and which ones you don't?
I know for technology, I don't think I need that.
Okay, why don't we go from the beginning? Are you gonna have to do element one?
That part for sure, I think.
Okay,
But I'm not sure like that little beginning, middle, end. That I think
what do you mean?
this question right here.
Oh.
Where I collect like a little check mark. Where?
Okay, so it's probably the beginning, right? You're starting this is a new thing you're doing.
Yeah, in some way. So.
Because you're not gonna be reading, I mean, it's the first time you're doing balloons, right?
Mhm.
And you're starting the book, right?
Mhm.
So that's the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we just guess? Because you gotta do something.
Mhm.
So you wanna put your name? You wanna write your name down?
Yeah.
Okay, how about content area or discipline? What does that mean?
Mm, um, I'm not really. This is like an art project plus a reading for me.
Okay.
So
So do you say creative arts, maybe? I don't know what they call it. Creative arts and literature?
mm, but
Okay. And what's the lesson title gonna be?
it's this little hot air balloon. So I'm not.
What about the book?
It's called Oh, the Places You'll Go.
Okay, how about lesson title? Um, maybe something with the word discovering or exploring. Uh, exploring the future.
It-
Places we go, that's what that book's about, right?
Mhm.
Um, thinking about the future. I don't know.
Because what I had written for the one I did last class
Uh-huh.
was just said reading a story and then put the little title in there. So
Okay, so go ahead. You want to do that again? That's fine.
I've been reading a story and create art project.
Sure, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, now how long do you think it's going to take?
Not not very long. Mm.
How long is not very long?
I'm not
How long do they give you? Half hour
because they still have other stuff after.
after you?
No, not after me. So called. They still will need to go to their indoor play or outside
Okay.
for that.
So is it 20 minutes or 30 minutes? How long will you be doing this?
Because she's coming at 10:30, and the
Okay.
little outside of gym indoor play is at 11.
Okay, so do you think you have 30 minutes?
15 to 30-ish, I think.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Sure, whatever you think. Are you gonna read to them and then they're gonna do the art project
Yeah.
in 15 minutes?
Um,
Isn't that too fast? How long are you gonna read to them for?
it really, because when she read her little story, I don't think she really asked any questions until because yesterday, yeah, she didn't really ask any questions when reading.
And you're not gonna finish the book, you're just gonna start the book, right?
I think it really kind of depends on how many pages in the story.
Well, I mean, it's still gonna take a few minutes to read this book. It's not like one page.
Yeah.
It will probably take you, I don't know, I can't really remember the book. It would be nice if we had the book. Let's see. How long would it take to read?
Because there seems like there's many words on each page.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very or some of them is
What's it called?
oh the places you'll go.
Oh, the places.
Unless I read a shorter book and then find some other activity. Or like they do the green eggs and ham. I'm not sure if that's right. Let's see if there's an art activity with that. The green eggs and ham.
Should take 10.6 minutes at a typical pace. Yep, so it's about 10 minutes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
20 minutes.
well, I mean, don't they have to get the supplies and bring them to the table? And then they have to, I don't know, I mean, do kids work that quickly? And doesn't it take a couple minutes to like end the reading and then get them to the supplies?
Because when they did the thing yesterday, the teacher had to get them to get their supplies. She had the little their names, have them like spell out their names, the full name, including the last name. So that took a little bit, and then for them to get the supplies, bring
Right.
it to the table, and then they'd be talking to their friends mid talk.
Right. So I feel like 15 minutes isn't gonna cut it.
Okay.
And why do you think 30 minutes is you think 30 minutes is too long?
I can put it as 30, but it doesn't have to be like that 30 minutes.
Okay. I mean, it just takes a little while to do it.
I know they so-called sometimes don't go outside or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or to the inside gym. They just have their little free play after their activities.
All right, so say 30 minutes, and this is gonna be at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Segments? Not coming in the middle, it's the beginning.
Yeah.
So you wanna make a check mark by the beginning? And then the date.
I'm not sure what I put next Tuesday.
Yeah, you wouldn't put today.
So what? Put next Tuesday as a date or what?
Yeah, I would put next Tuesday as the date.
It's March 4th. And this is preschool. There might be just 10 or less kids, so 10. 10 kids. The activity, since it's reading as a whole class, and
It's a small group, right? Is that what you said?
small group is kind of, I think they consider that as a large group.
10 people?
Yeah, so that's like the whole class thing.
You think that's the whole class?
That's because that's all the little kids.
I thought some of them were still gonna be doing something else. Or are you just assuming that's not true?
Uh, okay. This is really, yeah. It would be a few kids, so I'm not sure would that be small group then?
Well, is it the whole class? Your choices are whole class or small group.
Yeah. I don't think I'm doing the one-on-one, so
Right, you're not doing one-on-one, and I don't think you're doing the other because I don't know what that is.
like different kind.
So do you think it's a whole class or do you think it's a small group?
Small class. Small group.
All right, so why don't you put a little check there?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of not sure. Do I really fill out everything still?
So what?
Like with those I'm not sure, but why do the objective part either.
Where's the objective part?
Number 4, the fourth element.
Oh, okay, so we skipped 2 and 3. But also don't forget, you've got to do this little narrative, the thing in the blue box here. In addition to the checklist below, write a narrative about class and individual characteristics. Unless you don't think you have to do that.
I don't really know everything about each kid, so
Okay.
for that part, like the description, like if they have to see a specialist, like with those little therapies
Okay.
person, I'm not really.
Okay, I don't
Sure.
know if you need to do it or not, but just pointing it out to you.
I know. It said I need to, but that part about the class, not sure really put there
How are you going to find out?
because I know they all can talk, right? Everyone can talk. Not really sure about their ethnicity, that part, like the racist stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not really sure about everyone's that kind of background, that kind of like a bit personal-ish background about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And do you need to say how the context informs your lesson's design, including the relationship of the lesson to the unit being studied and the overall curriculum? You need to put that in there?
I'm not, because this lesson plan thingy really is part of what I think it's more kind of like it's getting graded,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, I don't think I really need to follow everything.
Okay, I mean, I have no
I
idea.
know I need to do this little paper thing
Okay. So you'll need to decide.
because when I did the other one in the fall, I filled out everything which was needed to fill out. I needed to fill out everything. Even did the reflection since it's not really a real thing I have to do. But yeah, I had filled out everything.
Okay, but you don't have to do that for this one.
I'm not really sure.
How will you find out?
What she said here is what she said about. I had asked her, do I need to fill out everything? And then that's what she said.
She said you've combined some of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since some of them are the same idea, so.
Okay. So as long as you know Yeah, I don't know.
Because the way, this, like 8-ish, 9 pages,
Mm-hmm.
and then some of them are connected in some way, but
Okay. So element 2, you think you can skip that one? The lesson rationale? Like, why are you doing this? That's what that means, right?
I'm not really sure what I'm really. She did say I can combine stuff, but this one I'm not sure. I think the lesson plan, the whole thing, this whole paper lesson plan thing is more for the professor, not the teacher.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure what I really need to fill at these things. But she did say I can combine them, so
Okay.
since like the objective and standard maybe kind of similar in some ways, but she did mention about the language and stuff.
All right. So do you want to? So we're on we're skipping 3. So we're on element 4. Is that right?
Yeah. And so for some of these, I'm not really sure. Do I really need to fill them out?
Yeah, I don't have any idea.
She said like that. I still kind of confused.
Yeah, it's not.
Because she just, I told her that during her time that there would be another activity happening and stuff, and that she said she'd be at another school with
Uh-huh.
another student.
Right.
Student answer my. She just kind of didn't even answer my question of can do I. She didn't answer about that 20 part.
Uh-huh.
Like my cooperative teacher would be doing an activity at that time.
Well, I'm
Right.
sure you need to put down the lesson's objectives, right? Because you always have to have the lesson's objectives.
But I won't need to say it, so
You don't need to write it down.
I don't because when I don't
I don't know.
this whole thing I really we just have to so-called do something in
Okay.
front of
So
the.
you only have to do something. So we're not going to worry about most of it. Is that what you're saying?
I need to fill out this thing, but I would need to show something in front of the teacher too.
Okay.
I really kind of the way she answered my question didn't really answer my question.
Right. It sounded to me like you combined some of these.
Yeah, because they're the same thing practically.
Yeah, but I don't know which ones you can combine.
Not sure if number 4 and 5 can combine with the objective and standards or not and stuff. But yeah, some of these can be combined. Yes.
Okay. But you think that you don't have to do elements 2 and 3 at all, right? Or 4, or 2 and 3.
2 and 3, I'm not really sure.
All right, are you gonna find that out, or are you just gonna skip it?
Because what she said, it don't answer my question.
Right, so you may have to ask her again.
And then I'm not sure my classmates are they filling out everything
Is there someone in class you can ask?
because we don't have class this week.
Okay, so then
And then we have a little group meeting and no one's really responding to me after I asked like, do
okay,
you guys have did you get your date? And then
I mean, you could just do that. When is this due? Next week, is here?
the day before.
When is it though?
Monday.
This coming Monday?
Yes.
Okay, so you only have a day or 2 to do this.
Yeah. She gave me the date yesterday.
Right.
So I'm like,
So, and you're not gonna see her before she comes in, right?
I will see her on Monday
Monday
for class.
for class.
But yeah.
But your observation is Monday too,
No, not Monday, Tuesday.
Tuesday,
In the
okay.
morning.
So you could ask her on Monday, right?
But I also have to send it to her on that day, like on
Okay.
Monday, like maybe nighttime, but like on
Okay.
Monday. So
All right, as long as you think you're good, I'm good. I mean, I don't want you to do more work than you have to do,
I really
God knows.
don't know what
Yeah, and I don't know. You could tell her that the tutor had no idea.
because with this little lesson plan stuff, I know I'm trying to do that little art project and reading the book, but I asked her, do I need to fill out everything? That's what she said. I can combine
Read
them.
that, yeah, she did, but I mean, so what do you do about the ones that you can't combine? Like, I don't think you can combine element 2 and element 3.
Yeah,
So then do you have to do them? You can't combine them.
and yeah, but I'm not. What I will write for some of these. Then for like that first part about that, the characteristics and stuff, I don't really know everything about the kids.
Okay.
I think I can still write that so-called paragraph or something, but I still did.
Okay. And do you know how this lesson is going to fit in with whatever else is being taught?
I know next month the so-called are gonna be, because you kind of saw that picture of that what they're learning in March. That they're already kind of gonna be learning about Dr. Seuss.
Uh-huh.
And since that week, that Sunday is his birthday. That week, the whole week, they're already gonna be kind of like learning a bit about Dr. Seuss, I think.
Okay.
So it does kind of match.
Okay. So do you want to,
I don't know.
do you need to write that down? Where it says element 2?
I think for this little lesson plan thingy, is just like fill out the parts and then finding the correct wording to fill out this thing too,
Okay, so you can do that on your own.
in some way, but need help.
And what?
I think in some way I can, but I might need some
All right, do you want to tell me what you need help on? I don't want to waste your time.
help.
What do you think you need help on?
Because I think some of these I don't really need them.
Okay, so
But-
we'll do.
Because, but this said I need the instructions like step by step here for number the 11, element
Which one?
the element 11. That's like page 5.
Element 11. Okay.
That one have all the details of stuff.
Okay. Okay, we could do that.
Yeah, really. I think like the problem for me right now with this little thing is filling everything out.
Okay, so when do you want to do that?
So much work,
Okay. It is a lot of work, I agree.
and then I don't have like a lot of time.
I agree.
Well, just like 1 week and like a few days.
Right.
Since
So is
it's
that
coming
anything you
next
feel
week.
like you need help with or no?
I need more help.
Well, who's gonna help you?
I need to fill it out for sure. Yeah, and I don't think she could change date for me though.
Okay.
I don't think I could change. She can change the date.
Okay.
Since she gave me this date.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. Either way, I will need to fill out the little paper thing, but I'm not sure what everything need to be filled out in
Okay.
detail or not.
Well, is there anything that needs to be filled out that you want to work on?
So much.
I know, but you gotta decide. What are you gonna do? There's 15 of these.
Yeah, this is kind of like the shortened-ish version of it, but it's still that whole thing I did last time.
Okay.
When I finished the one from last time, it was total of 12 pages.
Okay. So you feel like you don't have time to really do this?
To write this lesson plan, yeah, because she gave it to me the date yesterday.
Well, should you tell her that then? That you don't have time?
It's very short notice for me. She
Okay.
even said in her little email, I know it's only 1 week away, so I am happy to assist you in any way you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so do you want to tell her you can't do it?
I can do it, but like this writing of the lesson plan part is the hard part for me.
Sure, I get it. But
Because that's what I struggled with last time for the other class.
Uh-huh.
The lesson plan was missing for like a few weeks until the last few weeks of school. So yeah,
yeah. Well, if you tell me that you want to look at any of these, I can try and help you.
it's very hard.
We still have a little time.
like for me, I don't really know what part I know I need to fill out everything kind of, but
Okay.
not sure which. I don't think I would need any technology. That would be
I
like
think
nothing.
you're good on that one, yeah.
That one for sure won't be filled. Oh, maybe write an A or something for there. The materials, I would need to fill out for sure.
Right, and you can do that, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really need help with that one.
The language demands.
Which one is that?
The number 6. Number 6.
Language and literacy, academic language. How would your learning experience provide opportunities for listening, reading, viewing, speaking, writing, and visual representation? So, well, for sure, the kids would have to practice listening, right?
Yeah. When I did that one, I wrote out like what they were gonna do. They were like listening, and stuff, all those stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Are the kids going to speak at all or just listen?
They're mainly gonna listen. They're not talking at all.
And they're not reading, right?
They're not reading.
And they're not writing.
They're doing the art project. They're not
Right,
really.
but that's not writing. That's visual representation.
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing listening mostly and visual representation, right?
And looking, kind of the viewing part.
I don't see, oh, viewing and viewing, sure, there they go. Okay, so listening, viewing, and visual representation, right?
And maybe vocab if there really would be any.
Are there? I don't know.
From the story.
Maybe, yeah. But you'd have to figure that out because you have to look at the story. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
When I did the so-called learning objectives, I wrote it very simple. I wrote so-called maybe 3 of them. What I wrote for the previous one with that other reading one, I just said they're gonna listen and understand what they're being read to, and then identify the characters and know what's happening to the characters.
Okay.
But they're not writing anything, so yeah. The third one I have there is not.
And I don't know what's about the other language functions. That means
For which one?
that same one, all the 6, third one. What other language functions, for example, syntax and discourses, will students need to know in order to succeed in the lesson? I'm not sure about that one.
Mm.
And then that last one, what evidence-based supports will you provide to help students and your class succeed? And how would you differentiate instruction for your individual and groups of students in your whole class to help them grasp the vocabulary? So how can you help them grasp the vocabulary? How can you help them understand the vocabulary?
Mm.
I mean, you don't know what the vocabulary is yet.
Yeah, I don't have the book, so I don't know.
Right. So you might want to think about that.
The vocab part is not. I don't really need to write the vocab words, but
Well, you might need to write the vocab words, right?
the
That's the second one says that. What vocabulary words would you target? So, but you can't know that until you actually have the book.
yeah. I need the book.
You need the book, but you should go back then and look for that one.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're going to work on element 6, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And we know you can do element 7, right?
Yeah, that's a surprise. Yeah, that.
Okay, and we know you're skipping 8,
Yeah, no technology.
9. So what do you like? So planning, 9 is planning. How will you plan for this?
For when I did the other one, I so-called I think it was in the example my professor, the one before, gave. There was the active engagement learning was one of it too, and then for that I have like said the teach there's gonna be questions asked during the story, and for the individuals learning, they're right for that one before they were writing lesson 2 sentences
Okay,
about their favorite part,
okay,
and then writing a summary if they have more time.
okay.
That's for the individual, and then as a group, they're gonna answer questions the teacher gave, and then they're gonna talk to the classmates about their
All
favorite
right,
part.
so you understand what you have to do for engagement.
I think it might be these ideas for that
Okay.
part, maybe.
Okay,
So I might just look at the one I did last
yeah, seems like a
semester.
good idea.
But yeah, this is still a lot.
And then time management.
For the other last one is that the time, allow time, or
Mhm.
the outplay time,
So-
instructional time, and then engage
All right,
time.
so you have to figure out how much time do you need for the reading and how much time do you need for the art project, right?
Yeah.
How much time do you need to get the art supplies together? How much time do you need to have space between the reading and the art supplies? Right, so you gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can do that, right?
And so cool for that everything. For this activity for this one class before, I said 25 minutes for the reading and the writing activity
Okay.
all together.
Hmm.
So yeah,
But you can do that here.
I think kind of yeah.
It shows evidence of a backup plan for the class. Okay, so then, yeah, you gotta think about what if the reading takes longer than you expected? Or what if the art project takes longer than expected? What do you do then? That's what the third part's asking you.
Either way, they're still gonna I think either way, there's if the little activity's taking too long, they're still gonna do their play after,
Okay,
and then I think they're gonna have their little lunchtime.
okay, and then, well, how will you when will you finish the art project then?
When everyone's done
Everyone's done.
doing the little
So what time is available to finish the art project?
after reading.
After reading, okay. And then, what if they don't finish after reading? You gave them 15 minutes, but what if they don't finish it? Then what?
I think it'll be similar to the one before that other number activity. There might be one or two still working on it
Okay. So you can let them, so they don't need to do it the next day or anything.
because I'm only there for that day.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you just leave it if you don't finish it? Can the regular teacher finish it for you if you don't get done?
But I'll just it really depends. I think this activity really depends on the kids.
Okay.
Not really the teacher, really the kids of how fast they work on the activities.
Mm-hmm.
Not really the teacher. It's someone.
Well, what if they don't finish?
Um, then that's it.
They just don't finish.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see here. So now we go to 11. Okay, how are you use the plan, numbered list. So you already know how to do that, right?
That's like the step by step for me. What
Yeah.
I need to write. I kind of I think it'll be similar to the other one I have
Yeah.
about going to the rug and stuff and stuff.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it will be kind of similar since the other one is also reading, but the other activity after reading was writing.
Mm-hmm.
But the one I have now will be art project, so it would yeah.
Okay. All right. you going to model for them? I'm looking at and are you going to introduce the anticipatory set warm up? Do you have to worry about that?
Which one is it?
That's on the bottom of element 11. They've got A, B, C, D. You have to do that or no? You have to check for understanding. That's C.
Or which one is it?
I'm on 11C. See, there's like A, B, C, D underneath.
Uh,
E, F. There's a bunch of it. Independent. G. Okay. So they're just asking you to ask more questions about this.
yeah. I think
Yeah, this is a lot to do in 2 days, I'll tell you that.
or like a few days, yes.
Yeah. So, maybe she just wants you to do a little of it. I don't know, because it's a lot to do.
Yeah, and then her response was combine them
Yeah.
for some of them.
Learning theories. Hmm.
With the reflection, I don't need it
Yeah, that's good.
until I do it. Okay.
Right. Accommodations, this is 13. Accommodations, adaptations, and differentiation to meet individual needs. Are you going to have to worry about that with special ed kids?
I'm not sure are they really special or not.
Okay.
But like because I don't really know if they have any IEPs or anything
Okay.
for the kids. But like I know one or two might have those special therapy stuff, but not sure. I don't really know about the kids.
Yeah.
This part is kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then are you going to do an assessment on element 14? How are you going to assess what they know?
That art project is what.
That's the assessment?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're done with most of these. There's earlier ones we didn't get, though. So I think element 2, element 3.
I'm not really sure. Yeah, for some parts of these, I'm not. I don't really know the kids because I'm not there every day, all 5 days. So
Okay.
I don't.
And do you
Really,
need to worry about curriculum standards, element 5, Common Core, ELA, that kind of stuff?
I think I might, but
Okay.
I somehow find a standard to match with that art project or
Okay,
something.
good. Okay. So then the rest we talked about. So don't forget to do the standards.
I think that would be similar to the one before, but
Okay.
I need to make sure it's the right one.
And then for element 2, so why is this lesson that you're preparing, how does it fit in with where the kids are already? Explain the importance of the lesson in relation to the student's current level of development, current research and theory about children's growth, learning and development, as well as children's prior experience and knowledge. So thinking about what the kids already know, how is this lesson gonna sort of lead into what they already know? Um, is it too hard for them, too easy for them? Why are you sure that it's not too hard for them? What do they know already? And then element 3, central focus. What concepts do you want your students to know? So what do you want them to take away from the lesson?
I really don't know from that.
What's the concept you're teaching? Your concepts must be developmentally appropriate and must take into consideration the active, multimodal nature of young children's learning. These should be written as statements. For example, food helps us live, grow, and stay healthy, or there are many types of birds, or a clock is a tool that we use to tell time. Maybe once you read the book, maybe you can figure that out. You know, something about learning about the future or thinking about their own future or having goals for the future. Maybe it's about goals. I don't know. I haven't read the book. You know, what concepts do you want students to know? I'm guessing it might be about the future, but I really don't know. Thinking about your goals. Oh, the places you'll go. Thinking about the future.
Because I think when I so-called did the little lesson plan with the similar idea of reading the book and then doing like writing part, I didn't really fully follow my lesson plan thing. But like when the feedback from the professor at that time said like I didn't say the student's name. It was like one of the comments. I didn't say the kid's name.
Okay.
That's what really about naming the kid is mainly what she said at that time when I did that part of reading and then asking questions during it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so you'll need the kids' names. You know the kids? You haven't met these kids, have you?
I met the kid. I started early this month. I went on the 4th, the 7th. I went like only for 5 days so far.
Okay.
5 days. 5 days. And then this Friday will be the 6th day.
Okay.
I kind of know their name, but not really.
Okay.
Like kind of, yeah, I don't really know all their names. But kind of, yes. Because some go by their nicknames and stuff, so yeah.
Okay. All right, so are there any other of these elements that you feel like, I don't know what they're talking about? Or do you feel like you understand them?
I think really maybe I was struck mainly everything practically.
You would?
But I think with maybe the objectives and the standards I think can be searched online, connect to the preschool one.
Right.
That's online for sure, searching.
Yeah.
And then
Objectives, you understand that?
objectives. I think for that one is to write it. This is myself writing it about it.
What do you want the kids to know? That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
What skills do you want them to accomplish? Okay.
I think for this little that little activity after reading it, I think for the activity I could do it. It's just this little lesson plan part is the problem.
Right. So is there anything else you're not sure about here that they're asking you with the elements?
I think to create the little objective, even though I have an idea of what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And
What do you
stuff.
want them to learn? That's
Yeah.
what you're trying with the objective. That's what the objective is asking. What do you want them to learn from your lesson?
I'm not really sure already. I'm reading them a story and stuff, and then they're doing the activity.
Right, do you want them to think about their future? Is that what you're trying to get them to do?
I know so cool for that book. Most of the time it's like kind of like the graduation-ish book, kind of like.
Right, right. So what's this book about? Let's look it up.
And then I see people so-called sign, like having their teachers signing this kind of
Right.
book, and then like in the future give it to them, kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that kind of idea with this little book. So I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss is a philosophical book about life, aging, and living with kindness, ambition, joy, and thankfulness. The story follows an unnamed protagonist who leaves town and travels through various landscapes, eventually encountering the waiting place. This place is where people wait for something to happen, but avoid taking action to make it happen. Okay. So, I think the message is life is a journey filled with challenges and opportunities, and that you can keep moving forward. Learn from experience, learn from failure, take responsibility. Expect that some of it's going to be, life is going to be hard, but you can keep going. Embrace the unknown. Keep going, don't quit. You can look it up online too, it'll tell you. Gives you a little idea. So element 2, the lesson rationale, you want to encourage children to keep moving forward. And the balloon, which they're making balloons, that's kind of a symbol of that. Like the balloons, what do? They rise in the air, right? So they keep moving. Keep trying. Okay, that's the central focus. You can look this up online too. They talk about it.
I think for this little lesson plan thing, I have to have everything ready by Monday.
Okay.
The other teacher, both teachers have seen of it.
Okay. I would say the first thing you should do is read the book. And then maybe go online and see what the point of the book is. See what you can find.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of this fit in, all the little things here fit in once you know that. It's like, oh, it's trying to motivate the kids to keep trying and not quit. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're done. There just doesn't seem much more we can do here. Go get a copy of the book. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to go see the library.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if the one here or the present another.
Okay. You should be able to find it. Okay. Hmm.
know what the library branch this one is?
Which one?
The one down this way. What's the branch? I know the one.
You mean the one on Foster and
Yeah, the one.
Kimball?
Yeah, the gas station one. You know.
If you told me, I would know it, but I can't remember offhand. You have a choice? Do I have a choice?
I'm not sure too. But
Yeah, no, I don't know the name of it offhand.
I know I see it's available at the one down that where I usually go for the library.
Okay.
It's there.
Okay.
And there's an ebook version of it too.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's the ebook of it
Okay.
too. The audiobook version of the little story is like 23 minutes.
No, okay. Okay. And they said that,
There's many pages, even though it's not a lot of words. There's a lot of words and stuff, but okay, I think I might be good.
what?
And maybe with the balloon thing, I can also connect it back to the number 20.
Okay, that would be good.
Have like 20 pieces of items.
Yeah.
But what 20 item were like from this little picture that they used the little stampy or those tissue papers or pom poms? What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me an example of what
They used the little marker of like 20 little dots or tissue paper or like some sticky little or like
about, balloons or, like little pieces of candy or something?
mm, uh yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I can somehow still connect it back to the 20, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 20. I got the audiobook version, the ebook, and then I maybe just need a physical copy of the book now. Yeah.
Okay. Good luck. Hopefully you have a lot more of an idea what you're doing. Oh.
Yeah, and then I didn't talk to the teacher, the other teacher
Okay.
this morning.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Hopefully she's in tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
No, she'd be off on Friday for her birthday. It's a leap year.
Right.
No,
Sure.
tomorrow. And after to make sure the book is okay for it. So, too.
Right, should be fine. Yeah, yeah, that's really good.
And, just finish with the
Right, do what you can do. Yeah. Okay, next week, okay?
Yeah,
Let me know how it goes.
yeah.
Carrie here. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.